Just what nobody asked for, a sequel to that 70s show. That isn't that 80s show, mind you. I am Mecca, and nobody wanted the 80s show either. That one succeeded so well, didn't it? After lasting, what, 6 episodes? I remember watching a couple episodes of that because I kind of liked the 70s less than the 80s because I grew up in the... Anyway, but I like the 70s show just fine. Much better than the 80s show. What we don't need is that 90s show, which is a revival of that 70s show. It's actually a continuation. It's a sequel. And it is going to be wokier than thou. I can already smell it. I am Mecca. Bookmark the channel or subscribe if you wish. Don't let YouTube tell you when to watch my content. Watch it on your time. I upload or go live every single day on this channel. Multiple videos, multiple streams. We're always doing something, and don't worry about the notifications. YouTube isn't going to send them to you until 3 or 4 days later, even if you do click them. I am that kind of YouTuber. Now, where are we going with this article? Oh, I got it from Twitter, like we get all of our articles. That 70s show Netflix spin-off, that 90s show, oh, of course it's going to Netflix. Of course it's going to Netflix. Has found its star. Callie Haverda will play Leia Foreman, Eric and Donna's daughter. Elephant in the room much. So she was cheating with FEZ? Question mark. I wonder, because I know how genetics work. I understand that two very, very pale, pasty, red-haired people. Who cares? We'll go with it. We'll just ignore it and pretend it's not happening. And then maybe that's a plot. Maybe she is cheating with FEZ. Maybe I uncovered the entirety of that 70s show. It is from the fan. Well, we have an article. Here we go. Here's the whole cast and crew. Here's the whole mess of pimply-faced adolescent teeny bopper teens. So this is supposed to be kids in the 90s. I was kids in the 90s. We didn't look like kids in the 70s. I don't know. Maybe they'll give them 90s haircuts. I don't know. Guys didn't look like that so much. I think, as far as I remember, then again, it was all Kurt Cobain and all that garbage. So here's our 90s cast. I should be super nostalgic for this, as it is my time. And it's nostalgia for something that was going on, oh, what, 10, 15 years ago? I haven't seen that 70s show since probably 2007. The new group of 6 teenage friends from Point Place, Wisconsin is led by Leia Foreman, daughter of Eric and Donna. We'll just ignore it. From the original series, Callie Haverda from Shut Eye is set to play Leia with Ashley, oh, I'm not pronouncing her name, Mace Cornell, well, a bunch of kids, diversity teens. They're just a bunch of kids. They look like the cast of Stranger Things and Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it's just... yeah, teenagers. They might as well be flying around on a starship somewhere, and they can be lawless teens in space. New group of 6 teenage friends in Point Place is led by Leia Foreman, and the characters, as a cast as new teens, opposite to fellow series regulars Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp. Okay, so you got the parents back. They were part of probably the best part of that show anyway. What kind of dumbass is gonna buy that that's their kid? I'm sorry. Is it a plot point? Is it a...
You're a dumbass.
It's fine. We're gonna ignore it because the wokier than thou zealots are gonna use that as an excuse to question science or something. I don't know. They can just honk right off, can't they? Now, I'm gonna stop the video mid-rant to complain about the wording of the sentence. I hear that 70s show's cast members, including Grace, Prepon, Mila Kunis, and Ashton Kutcher, are in negotiations to recur in the spin-off, which has a 10-episode order. When I look at that, I say, I hear that 70s show. I hear that other cast members of that 70s show. That's how you would fix that, so I can read it. Thanks, Deadline. In that 90s show, it's 1995 in Wisconsin, and Leia Foreman, I can say it, I lived there for 5 years, daughter of Eric and Donna, is visiting her grandparents for a summer, where she bonds with a new generation of Point Place. Did he name her after Princess Leia? You know that happened. where she bonds to a new generation of Point Place under the watchful eye of Kitty and Red. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll never dies. It just changes clothes. Well, and we changed, you know, substances as well in the 90s. It was no longer lewds and weed. It was more... X was the big one, right? That was the big one in the 90s, and whatever else you could get your hands on from the medicine cabinet, I suppose. Like Kurt Cobain off himself with. I don't know. That's not an appropriate joke, and that's not what happened either. So just censor Mecca for going off the rails. Alfred Hyde plays Gwen. Did I say it right? Life gets more interesting for Leia when she meets this riot girl. Oh, it's GRRL. She's got riot. Oh, it's a riot girl. How cute. And I've got a little riot girl. Oh, see, I was 16 in 1995. Where's a picture of me? I think I have it just handy. All right. Yeah. July 31st, 1995. You ready? You ready? Not a lot changed. I just got better guitars and better hair color. Oh, I like this. We're gonna keep up the red. I think probably. I don't know. Should I go back to more auburn and more natural? I don't think I can. This is a result of trying to go closer to that. That didn't happen. She's a riot girl. How cute! Equal parts loyalty, rebellion, and heart. Gwen is a dynamic powerhouse, an unofficial leader of the new generation. So she's gonna be a tough girl who talks with a super deep voice and a fake Brooklyn accent. That's how a lot of the riot girls used to talk. I don't know, I was too busy listening to anything but riot girl punk. That's probably what's gonna... We're gonna have a lot of Bikini Kill on the soundtrack. Are we gonna have a lot of Hole? Yeah. See, Babes in Toyland were always more my speed, but Cornell plays Jay. He's charming and flirty. At least he tries. It doesn't come out right. When he's not hanging out with his best friend Nate or working at the local video store, he's armed with a video camera, and his whole world is a film set. Okay, so it's like home movies. Donovan plays it. See, we did have a lot of that home video culture, though. Oh, that was a huge thing. Video stores, especially like non-Blockbuster ones. People who are nostalgic for Blockbuster were the mainstream normies, and then you had the people who were like actual, like kind of movie snobby people. We would go and search out, you know, oh, you have a copy of some obscure movie made by Dario Argento in the 1970s that nobody has ever heard of? Okay, cool. And of course, that movie would be Bird with the Crystal Plumage or something. Those would be the video stores we were going to. You know, the ones that like they would showcase in like John Waters movies like Serial Mom. You know, those sort of people who were there watching like the most obscure stuff. Yes, we were watching movies like Blood Feast back then. We were so this is gonna speak to my generation a lot, and I'm gonna be there with the riding crop picking apart every little single thing, and it's gonna be hilarious. Donovan plays Nate, the opposite of his little sister Gwen. Nate takes life as it comes, usually with a big open smile. He lets the gang ride in his van because there's always something fun on the other side of the drive. He loves his family, his girlfriend, and Garth Brooks. Oh, he's a country boy. He's a roper. Oh, he's a roper. So he's going to have a hat, and he's going to be listening to the Garth Brooks. Well, by 95, Garth Brooks was kind of old news by then, wasn't he? If you really want the little roper culture, they kind of ended, at least where I was at in Colorado, in about 1992 or 93. It was after the whole achy breaky phenomena died. That's when the Roper movement kind of died out. Doy plays Ozzy. Doy, like no Doy? Everyone loves some Ozzy. He's insightful, sarcastic, and has a perspective beyond his years. Ozzy is a gay and impatient with the world for not being as accepting as his friends. The 90s, people were pretty open to the gay theater culture back then, weren't they? I suppose that's when a lot of it was starting. You were seeing people like Dr. Ricky when he was playing Ricky on My So-Called Life, playing gay characters. We had a lot of this. You had Ellen DeGeneres come out, so the world was pretty much in this place where we were like, yeah, gay people exist. So a lot, at least maybe my generation, maybe because I was a kid in the 90s, maybe older people were triggered, not sure. Maybe younger people were triggered. The way these wokier than thous act, I bet they're the problem. It's the people younger than us, isn't it? It's all the people in their 30s. I don't know, now I'm honking off everybody in their 30s. I'm sorry. Morelos plays Nikki, who's focused, smart, and driven. From outside, you could easily see her becoming a doctor or a lawyer, but inside, she has more rebellion than a frustrated debutante, and her boyfriend Nate can scratch that itch. Can or can't? multi-camera, that 90s show created by that 70s show, blah, 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 blah. And it's an offshoot of that 80s show. Oh, they also produced the same one. Yeah, that 80s show didn't do too well. This might be like a one-off, or it could be amazing. I don't know, but already just scrapping everybody we actually know, except for the parents, for a group of new kids. This is just gonna be Mary Ray Palpatine all over again. Hardly gonna be a Cobra Kai, is it? I am Mecca, and I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Oh, you're dead, kid!